Hello, my name is Billy Nash, and today I'll be doing a Microsoft Excel video on data validation and making drop-down lists. And in one of our examples, we'll be using data validation along with VLookup, which I covered in another video, to better use our data in Microsoft Excel. So here in our first example, I'll simply show you how to use data validation and create a drop-down list. So over here we have a list of vehicles, and we want to get it in a cell with where we can click a drop down arrow and pick from a list of our vehicles over here. So to begin, we will come up here and click on the Data tab after we select the cell where we want our drop down list to be in. So then we'll come up to the Data tab and then come over here and click on Data Validation, and we're going to switch this option here to List. And next it's going to ask us for our source, and that is going to be our different items that we want to have listed. So we'll highlight those cells and push enter. You can see now we got a little drop down arrow, and we have our different vehicle types to choose from, convertible, and so on. And one thing to keep in mind when using the data validation, to get rid of a value, if you just say want nothing in there and you can't just choose nothing in here, you just come over the cell and click delete, and then the value will go back to nothing. But then if you move off of that cell, your drop down arrow will go away. So in a big table, you might lose your drop down list, so it's always a good idea maybe to highlight it with just something so you know where your list is, and you can always get back to it. So let's go into our second example. Here in our second example, we have different vehicle types, but along with the prices and different packages you could get with the vehicle and warranties and their associated prices. And now over here, we have sort of an invoice table that we're going to build using data validation along with a VLookup function. So in these highlighted cells here are where we're going to want our list. And our type, we want a list where we can select our different vehicles. And a package one, we want to be able to select our different packages. Warranty, different levels of warranty. And then with the VLookup in these cells here, we want the prices of the different types and our different options to be pulled into those cells as we choose them with our drop-down list. So we'll start by making our first drop-down list here in the type, and we're going to go up there and click the Data tab and then Data Validation. Choose List. And our source will be from our vehicle table, and we're going to highlight our vehicles just like in our first example. Click Enter. Now we got our drop-down arrow, and we can choose our different vehicle types. So we'll repeat for the next two cells: Data Validation, List. Our source is our packages, different types of packages. Enter. Now we can choose those. Again, Data Validation, List, our source. Enter. We got our list, and we can choose from different ones now. And now we got our three lists in there. So next, let's create our VLookup functions here in the table to pull our price values in from our tables over here. So to do the VLookup value, we're going to equals VLookup lookup value. That is going to be the value from our drop-down list. That's going to be the one it's searching for over here to pull from. So that'll be our lookup value. The table array is going to be the table that we want the price to come from, our vehicle table, comma. Our column index is going to be which column from our table we highlighted is the return value coming from. And in this case, it's going to be the second column because it's the price column over here. So we'll do 2. And then the last one, we're going to put a 0 for an exact match. Click Enter. And now it gives us back the value for the SUV. And as we change our list, the value will change too. And down here, these values, this is just the subtotal of all of our prices for our different options. And the tax, I just did a 12% tax off that subtotal, and then the title is a flat rate of 600, and then it's just summing up these three values here for our grand total price of the car, depending on which package and warranty you want, including tax and title. And so that's kind of what we're doing here. So let's do our other two VLookup functions. Equals VLookup, lookup value, our options one, table array, our package table, column 2, our price column, comma, and then 0 for an exact match. And we'll do the same here. And now we have our table built, and we can go in here and choose our different values to give us different and prices if we're doing this for, say, customers, and we just want to quickly give them an estimate based on the packages and warranty options they have available to them. Say we want a top-of-the-line convertible with a premium package and the highest level 3 warranty. That'll run you $42,104. And you can change that now and give you different options to do with that. And one thing to keep in mind too when you're doing data validation, the table that your drop-down list is pulling from has to be on the same worksheet. It can't be on a different tab. So this list here I couldn't have highlighted the same list, but on this sheet 1 down here, it has to be on the same worksheet. As well as to get rid of a drop-down list, you simply come up here and click on the data validation tab again and switch this back to any value, and then the drop-down arrow and list will go away. Just delete the value and there you go.